Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Streetlights. Streetlights is a podcast where we highlight the talented community of creatives that gladly call the streets of Oxnard home in hopes of fostering community and inspiring a new generation alike. I'm Kevin, and I'm joined by my co-host.
Hello, my name is Alejandro. Welcome back. Today we are at the lovely Mandalay Beach. I'm a locals may know this spot very well, and we're joined by our really good friend. May I say your full name? Angel Romero-Reyes. He is a local street photographer who really loves analog photography, and as you can see, some of his work is displayed right here on the table. He is definitely a man of many talents. And
How's your day today, Angel?
oh, here we go.
It's good, bro.
Chill, chill.
I'm just glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you as our first guest. I wanted to make sure our first guest was someone that I resonate with their work, and I do resonate with your film photography. So I just kind of want to start by saying, how did you discover film photography? Because we all love it, but we all come from different spots. So let us know a little bit about that.
I agree with that. Everybody does come from like different spots, and basically how I discovered film, I feel like just wanting to capture my friends in the act of doing something. I had got my first kind of like film camera at like Walmart. It was those like Fujifilm ones. And honestly, since then, I kind of went along with it since nobody else is, doing that with my friend group. And I just kind of feel like I have to do something about that. I have to be the one to kind of, when we're older, and I'll be the one to kind of show them these photos and, go through the memories. Just basically like, just capturing memories.
One thing that you brought today was that folder of like pictures that you have displayed. I think that's like you're mentioning a real beautiful sentiment, just capturing the moment. Because just scrolling through there, I don't know anything, but I could sense that the love that you have for your homies just by skimming through that book. But where does that importance lie? Like, why should we as photographers capture what's happening around us on a greater scale?
I feel like just leaving your mark, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to know you're going to die. And I feel like I want to leave something that's going to, not only live on, but, show who I was, show who I am.
Beautifully said, my friend. And now, I want to move on to the topic of the exact year that you use like out in the field. So I do want to ask, what's in your arsenal? What kind of film cams do you usually find yourself using?
So for the most part, I go to school and I work, but for the most part, like I'm more on the cheaper end. I don't really buy too many expensive items, as in like equipment, but I do find what I can find from where I go. Basically, like from the cameras I have right now, I have a Ricoh, and that's basically been my daily for the most part. I found it on a Facebook deal. Like I had hit the lady up, and she ended up like letting me know that it was sold. And then coincidentally, she like let me know maybe an hour later that she found it. And I ended up picking it up for like maybe like $20. And that's where like it kind of started. I just kind of figured out it worked, shot some film with it, and there it was, my first film. And now I just kind of still do the same thing. I find what I can find, and I do the same thing. If it works, it works, and then we see how the photos come out from there.
Of course, and I can really relate to everything you just said. I'm right there. You know, I usually tend to try and thrift my cameras. And I try and tell Kevin too, but we may not have been too much on the cheaper end, but I'm glad that you had some luck with that.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Angel, we talked a little bit about where your passion for film comes from and your knack for collecting and taking cheaper options and we have some beautiful work here displayed that kind of just shows you that you don't need fancy equipment to get the job done. But the thing that stands out to me about your pictures is how you have a real good eye for capturing the quiet moments in life, such as one of my favorite pictures I've seen of yours is, I think you said you were at the Mexican border and it's just an older couple walking hand in hand, or even things like, like a Mexican supermarket. But why do you think it's important capturing those quiet moments?
I feel like I come from just something very, I'm not sure the way to put it, but it's just more to yourself, you know. I'm For the most part growing up, I was by myself and I had to be the one to be like, say hi and stuff. But I say that because I'm just a pretty quiet person till you kind of meet me, and I feel like capturing those moments, those quiet moments are it just really like feels relaxing, honestly. When you do look at the picture, you kind of feel like you're there in a sense. I kind of want my work to make the viewer feel like you're safe. Uh, For the most part, it's honestly like it's all just me just being there. I don't really like plan photos. Uh I feel like I all for the most part all my photos are just being like in the moment, and like though it's just coincidentally I'm in those like quiet places and I just bring out my camera basically. That's just basically it.
Alejandro, what are your thoughts on that approach? Because it's a very different approach from, let's say, something like you tend to like a little bit more stylistic shots. But
Hmm.
yeah, talk to a little bit about us about that.
Hmm. Well, I'm based on what you just said. I would consider that more of like a passionate style, to towards photography in general. And I honestly do appreciate the fact that you mentioned that when you take a photo of just like an everyday scene, when you look back at it, it honestly does feel like you're in there. And it's a beautiful thing, be, because that can really be said about many photo
Correct.
as well, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell that you really like to look back at these memories and just simply say, wow, I'm really glad I got to freeze this moment in time,
Correct.
Hmm.
I think photography, you should be able to look at it and tell everything you need to know about the person, whoever took it, just based on like um, each of their styles. And when I look at Angel's work, I could tell that it's Angel's because it's very much him. But do you think that your photos or photo in general, what do you think that says to you about the community? Like, what can we as photographers do to help out our community?
So I feel like definitely with the photos, there's some shots that are, it's homelessness and it's like other things that, it's just things that are in life that come as we go. And I feel like capturing those things kind of brings more light to, you know, everything's not sunshine and rainbows. It's a cloudy day. It could be somebody's bad day today. And, I feel like just definitely capturing those moments where they aren't as shown in other parts, like, for the most part, River Park, for the most part, the collection is something that always gets, uh how can I say this, like more,
They
it's
get
like gentrified
attention.
now,
Yeah, they get attention. Other parts
it's
of the
more
city don't.
attention to
Yeah,
what downtown is,
yeah.
and I'm from downtown Oxnard.
But where's the culture at? Yeah,
Exactly. It's just like I want to kind of show that we're from downtown Oxnard, and there's not a lot of people coming out here and doing things as a community. Like I want to kind of shout out Open Door Studios for kind of opening the door for a lot of photographers. I kind of just from seeing our community do those things, I kind of got more in more intrigued in the work and like how people really care about their things also. And it's like I just love it, you know. I love the community that everybody creates around film and you know just photography.
One of the things I love about you, man, is how you're always very tapped into what's going on in the 805 scene, whether it's open door art shows or the gallery that we all did. I heard about it through you, and thank you for always like checking up on me and being like, "Yo, like, there's this event here, you should check it out," or "I'm gonna do this." Uh, Not even just here locally, but you also do a lot of shows in LA. Uh, so thank you for always sort of opening the door to us. But through you, we went to that show in LA. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, hell yeah. I just that show was awesome, you know. I feel like meeting you guys and meeting just in general, meeting new people is just like I want to show them, you know, what I know, you know, and it's like I'm really grateful for meeting you guys, honestly, and it's cool because you know we do talk, you know, and I'm glad that you're interested in the same things that I, you know, kind of like, and through that I met, you know, Alejandro, and honestly, the first time, well, the show, you know, I just felt like I wanted to go with somebody, you know, like more than just, you know, one friend. I wanted to go with like a group, and you know, I just felt like I wanted to, you know, get out of my bubble. You know, I'm always with the same people. I've been with the same people since middle school, and it's like sometimes you do want to branch out and you know, and experience other things because my friends aren't as you know interested in the same things as I do. They're all you know living their own lives, but so how can you say that the show went in your terms?
Well. This show was in LA back in January. If I'm correct, it was called to Live and Die in LA, right?
Yes, sir.
So pretty much it was a gallery of multiple street photographers, mainly in the LA area. Besides the gallery itself, there was also like I would call it more of an underground punk show. Yeah,
Sick.
now that was pretty sick too. Yeah, shout out Des Madre from LA. And
Yes, sir.
yeah, I mean just seeing like all this work and especially all the photos from like the LA ice protest where they were burning cars and smashing up windows and all that. Like it was really nice to see like people capturing that moment in well, I'm gonna say history, you know.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just a really cool experience to see all that work displayed, getting to see the world through other people's eyes, and then well as well as the punk show, that was a really good opportunity for some more picks too.
I'm honestly like glad you guys came because I know you guys are a little bit like not familiar with maybe or not familiar, but maybe just maybe how you said it was your first time kind of going to like something like that, and that you know it brings me joy because it's like just like the first time that I experienced film or first time I experienced like listening to my favorite song or like things like that. It's just like it brings me joy that you guys like had fun there. And honestly, like it was loud. If I'm being honest with you, like that's one thing, you know, like
Very loud, very loud.
yeah. And I don't think I let you guys know that. If I'm being honest with you, like before going in.
I don't go to too many concerts. I've been to like two in my life, but I would say that was probably no disrespect to some of the artists that I've seen, but
Oh shit.
that was fun. Yeah, I, I liked when they would like play a little like Spanish music, dude. Some Maná, dude. Oh, come on, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And that whole day was just fire, dude. I want to shout out Baby D.
Yeah,
Baby
baby
D.
gigs.
If you know, you know. Next up on the pod, but yeah, we were just shooting that whole day. We were in LA. We were out there for a long time, and
Yeah, we went home really late, like maybe
it was a blast,
2 in the
dude.
morning.
You just went into a show.
Yeah, I went to the same show. It was a Super Chief. That was the location that first show was at, And this second show, it was just more like, it was called Friends in Film, but it was just basically a exhibit where people can just submit whatever. But for the most part, they had to choose what was up and like the categories and stuff. But I was glad that I was chose, and honestly, like from there, I'm just excited to even put more stuff out because I feel like I have more to bring to the table than just a couple, couple photos. I want my arsenal to be very big.
Is there a noticeable difference between like the shows out here in the 805 and the ones in LA besides just like the amount of people? But what are some differences or similarities that you see in both scenes?
I feel like that's a really good question. Definitely like the people. The people, I mean, they're scared to be themselves here, if I'm being honest with you. There's some people that won't even like, they'll hug the wall all day. And I want to say I'm one of those people, but I'm getting out there. So give me the credit where it's due. But back to your question, can you repeat it one more time?
Got you. You do shows in LA and you
Okay,
do
I got it. I
do
got it. I got it. I already remember. I just have like, once I start talking, it's kind of harder for me to like,
But
put things together.
You're giving me some in-depth answers, though, which is
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I need.
I end up going too deep and then I forget where I'm going. But with
Good, it
the,
happens.
with the differences, I feel like, yeah, Oxnard is definitely, there's people that are afraid to be themselves. And in Los Angeles, I mean, people will be wearing like furry costumes, and like doing whatever, just having balloons just right in public, like it's kind of crazy to see how like nobody cares out there. And I tried to put that same mentality from out there to here because it's the same. It's just different people. You don't know them either, but it's like you just don't gotta care of what you do and what people think. You just gotta do you. That's what I've picked up from both of those like scenes for the most part. But overwhelmingly, like people are really cool, like really really cool at both. It just ends up being okay. I'm kind of getting not too much.
We'll come back to it.
We back in business, like how Alex says, back with. I'm not gonna say that, but anyways, now I feel like all of us as photographers, we can look back at some of our specific work and kind of just see it as like, wow, I really took that. Like on me, I have this photo. I call it Portals. On the Big Sur highway. It's a photo of some I would say some hills by the ocean side, and it was taken through like this wooden sculpture, right, which had a big circle in the middle,
Correct.
and I used that as my frame to get all the nature through that small little lens, right. And that's a photo that a lot of people really like from me, and like I said previously, we all have work that we're extremely proud of. And what would you say is like your best work, or in other words, your favorite picture ever taken by yourself?
So that's a good question. I feel like my favorite piece, definitely, it wasn't probably my favorite piece at first. Um, I the one with I kind of noticed that I take a lot of pictures of stop signs or like intersections, but my favorite one of like this intersection on like A Street, I believe. It's like the Oxo. It's like an Oxo. Uh, maybe like 2 years old. It's not too old, so it's not like something that's been there forever. But it's kind of like it gives me like a little piece of like Mexico. And when I was taking that picture, it kind of captured also somebody laying on the floor, and that image kind of like you know it captured a lot of just emotion, like something that you're just I was just walking home, and I felt bad, that person was just on the floor.
You have a strong eye for capturing emotion, and I'm not sure if you do that, like you're seeking out that
Yeah,
sort of stuff, or it's just what comes to you. But you have you're very delicate with the pictures that you take.
thank you.
You don't seem to rush anything. You seem to plan out. Oh, I want to take this image because even if it's subconsciously, which is a superpower, man.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Going back to like my favorite image, it wasn't my favorite because it was just something that had took like out of like reaction, I didn't think about it. And after all, like I posted it and I did get a lot of attention for that on the image, but it I didn't realize what I was capturing at the time until I actually saw the photo, and I feel like it captures a lot of what Oxnard is. It's just corner stores and just people, and those things. It's just something that everybody in their life has. They have their corners and they have their stores, and that's basically my path.
It's beautiful.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I
for
wanted
sure.
to say that a
Wow.
little better because, it's
Yeah.
just correct.
Just because we all are analog lovers, I have a question for both of you. You think we could get that same sensibility and rawness and just like pureness if we were to shoot these moments in digital?
Me
Hmm.
personally, I would say that when it comes to my work, I'm pretty nitpicky at how the final result looks like. Even after edits. So I would say that with film, there's just this kind of like rawness to it. In the way the colors pop, the way the grain looks on people's faces,
Correct.
how people sometimes get those red eyes.
Exactly.
Like there's just more of like a naturalness to it.
Do you edit your film?
My film, occasionally, I would say, not to toot my own horn, but I would say that it does come out pretty nice out of the camera.
You don't
But
think it takes away anything from editing it?
that's actually a debate I have with myself. I'm not gonna lie. Um, at times I do feel like it takes away from the authenticity of the whole craft. But at the same time, if you can make a photo look five times better through edits,
Take it.
me as a photographer, I would highly encourage that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I agree. Yeah. I to add on that, I actually just started figuring out how to edit because of Kevin. He kind of showed me like, oh, you could kind of fix the photos that are kind of looking like dark. I have a lot of photos that come out dark,
Hmm.
and I feel like those photos, like, you could actually save them with editing. So that's something you could debate on for sure. That
Yes, for
editing
sure.
helps, but not to cut you off, but I feel like film, yeah, it's very authentic, and you only know until you shoot it, and each role is different, each brand is different, and it's like it's a beauty to it.
Do you have any favorite stock?
Film
roll-
film film
I
stock
was
would
about
be
to
another
say
name.
like Microsoft, but uh,
This
but
this isn't a podcast about
yeah,
finance
'cause
now.
I'm thinking like it's 3% down right now, so
Oh,
we gotta
mm.
sell.
We're not sponsored by.
We are not sponsored by the S&P 500 or the IRS. I wish we were though.
All opinions said on this podcast are simply our opinions. Please do not take any of our advice
AI.
financially. Um,
AI is our doom. Anyways,
you
Okay,
probably-
but to continue on that question, for the most part I've used gold and Color Plus because they're the most affordable. I have seen, like, I've tried black and white. My friend Diego, he loves black and white, and he's a black and white person, and I feel like it's definitely like it's got its own
Yeah.
It's got its own flavor to that, you know.
Did you ever have a black and white phase? I did.
Oh,
I
I
did.
did it for sure too.
What you mean about that?
Just like you know, we're photographers, man. Like we get a phase where we're like, bro, we have to shoot in black and white. Like
Oh,
it has to
okay,
be black and white.
okay.
And I don't get the hate for
Yeah, I
black and
get
white,
you, I
dude.
get
People are
you.
like,
Honestly, I like black and white.
so do I. Dude.
I do. It just makes the photo more like, I don't know, more mysterious. I want to say.
It does. I'm a movie head, so when I equate black and white, I think of like classic movies, like Universal Monsters and stuff like that. So that's why I love black and white. But I'm glad that we all had a little black and white phase.
Yeah, there's this quote I heard that black and white just makes anything look cool, which in
Kind of facts.
terms,
Kinda
yeah,
facts.
I'm pretty sure we can all agree that that's very fucking factual, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my friends, George.
Mhm.
I remember one time, because he's also a photographer, but he was showing me concert pictures, and there was one. It was still a real great image because he's a standout photographer, but he's like, I don't like it. He's like, fuck it, I'll just put black and white, and he cooked. So
Black and white is always the last of my
Yeah, the
resort,
last
but it can
resort.
save you.
The last resort. Yeah.
Yeah.
it could be your first option though.
True.
Yeah, it could be something you're already looking for, but
For real.
Mhm.
I like this setting where you could turn any photo into black and white on Instagram or anything
You don't
black and white.
You don't use the Rio de Janeiro filter, dude. I like Paris, dude.
Oh, Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? But
I
then
dabble
now
a
that
little bit in Rio de
Paris
Janeiro.
hyper.
Hyper.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever I think of them, I just think of that like picture of LeBron, and he's just thinking, and it's like Rio de Janeiro filter on it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and then it's Rio de
Rio de Janeiro.
yeah, a bunch of them on fonts and stuff. That's pretty funny.
You're also just very, very, very expressive, just as a person. From the little amount of time that I've met you, I've seen you dabble in a lot of creative outlets, whether it's sewing, whether it's painting, designing. I know you designed something for your cousin. You want to plug that real quick?
Fusion Strength. Shout out William.
Shout out, Will.
If it wasn't for William, I would have not known Kev. So definitely, it's a big shout out to my cousin.
And then you have a little model of a train right there, dude. So you're very creative as a person, and it just seems to come naturally with you. Is there anything else that you want to dabble in the near future?
So yeah, definitely. I feel like there's a lot of stuff to dabble with nowadays. It's just like starting, and I feel like for me, it's been hard to start something and keep going. I've been, I'm glad I kind of stuck around with film. I'm still shooting and stuff. So the next thing I would definitely want to dabble myself in is airbrush, like airbrushing. Shout out my girlfriend, Giselle. She actually got me like a whole kit for my birthday. So it's just something I haven't had time to do. But, I feel like once I get that done, starting, I've already done a couple projects for like a couple friends, but I really want to get my work like shown with the paint. I kind of want to show that I'm not only just a photographer, but I could also do it on any type of like canvas, and I feel like airbrushing is, like there's little people that are doing it now, and definitely like sign making. I've took a couple classes, but it's different, it's just something that's not staying alive anymore. And I feel like there's a lot of inspiration here in Oxnard to be different. And those two things, basically, I feel like it's just something I really love, I don't know why I kind of fall in love with art and just being creative, but it's just kind of something that I always grew up with. I grew up with a lot of sports, and I slowly started moving to skateboarding, and skateboarding is basically where it all started for me, and kind of led me to where I am at right now, and all the brands I know, all the music and everything. Basically, I want a big shout out to like skateboarding and stuff, keeping me like motivated.
Can most definitely agree because skateboarding, skating, whatever you want to call it, that's honestly been a really prominent thing in Oxnard. That's kind of how people in general when they're younger just start to explore the the whole city and the culture and all that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I was with my little brother on bikes,
Mhm.
just going anywhere. So yeah, I'm shout out skating and shout out bikes as well.
Yeah, shout out the
Skating and
50s.
video and film like that.
Yeah, bro, they mix.
Yeah.
Very well too.
Yeah, they're definitely methods of transportation, for film too.
Oh, yeah.
I've gotten a lot of photos riding on my skateboard. I can say that,
Ooh.
and sometimes you could get a better shot like that.
Yeah, you see, I love to hear stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. Transportation to definitely walk more, so you
Yes.
could definitely capture those things that you won't find when you're in a car. Definitely find your peace in what you walk in.
Burn those cows, people. Burn those cows.
But we're nearing the end of our time here today, but I just kind of want to reflect on the space that we were in today. What are your thoughts on this beach, this sunny little? Oh, it's not sunny no more, but it was sunny when we got here.
Correct.
Kind of like
Sadly.
beach community. Just give me some words. What are your thoughts?
On the spot itself. Well, one thing I can say is that I've made a lot of memories at this beach. It's pretty close to my house. I like to come here with my friends and all that. It's just a really quiet a little spot. It's got some houses on the edge too. If you want to dunk in the water, you really can. If you want to go on a run, you can do that too. If you want to buy some food and meet it here, you can do that too. Places like this really make me appreciate the city and the county I'm live in. Because I don't want to use the word vibes, but a place like this is just all vibes.
Good
you know?
vibes.
Yeah, exactly. And with the right people, you can make some really good memories.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Angel?
So yeah, overall this beach is awesome. Definitely, I want to say better than Ventura because Oxnard is better than Ventura.
Hot
But
take.
So you're from Oxnard, foo?
yeah, Oxnard for life, bro. But this definitely was an awesome opportunity to be here, and I'll definitely. This isn't gonna be my first. I mean, god damn, I'm tripping out because it's getting cold, but
It's freezing.
Yeah.
it isn't gonna be the last time you guys aren't gonna see me. I'll definitely stay in touch with you guys, and we'll keep doing our thing, and keep shining.
So one of my favorite parts of hosting this show is that we ended with a little rap segment. So
Would you like to start us off by
Run it off.
not really, but I'll do it. Alejandro on the track. He's slinging crack.
If you don't shut the fuck up, I'm gonna attack.
Diego's in the back,
And
he's gonna attack if you don't rap.
man, you know what? Diego's whack. Look at him on his ass there.
Ass crack, clack back, debate.
Is he gonna clap back? I don't think so.
That. I don't think that.
I don't think that.
He doesn't think that. If he gets up, it might be a heart attack. Throwing sand. Now he's
going back to the sand to land his head. If he stays there,
That's
he
not
might
a
end up
bed.
dead.
That's not a bed.
That's not a bed, bro.
bed head.
So why don't you stop getting low and pull up?
Popping bottles in my eyes, dun, 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 and it glitter.
Come put something in my
do it
cup,
right.
please.
Someone please sign us.
Oxnard Records.
Oxnard Records.
Oxnard Records in the house.
But thank you for joining us, Angel, on this journey. It was a pleasure. Thank you for being our first guest. It was a little rough sometimes, especially in the beginnings, but we got here and we had a very insightful conversation. And like you said, let's for sure work on some other stuff together, man. But
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for letting me be your first, and I'm very
that's a wild
grateful.
statement.
Whoa. No Diddy. No Diddy. Lock up Diddy.
God
Why is he
damn.
still free, bro? Free. Release the Epstein files.
Please, please do. But yeah, I'm very special thanks to everyone tuning in. You know, we're just some guys with a dream. So every view and every follow and every like counts. Thank you to everyone out there watching.
You
Hell yeah.
guys, till next time, spread some joy, be
Spread some
creative,
love.
and peace
Till
out.
the next one, bro. Later.
Peace out.